Okay. Um, just to keep everybody up to date, this is gonna be short, and you'll know why when I tell you what's been going on. Um, so happy New Year, first of all, to everybody. I hope that you are all starting off the new year with a good foot. Um, I hope things are going well for you. I started off the new year by getting a new job. So I'm very excited about that. I am actually going to be doing something that's really important to me. Um, I'm going to work for a local humane shelter here in my area. I started out saying I was going in just to work with the animals, and I ended up, they really needed me in another section. So I ended up taking on a bookkeeping position in that area. So yeah, so that's the really good news. The bad news is last Friday night, Friday we got a wicked snowstorm, and yeah, so I went to go out with my husband to get groceries, and because we have 4 people living in the house, we have 4 cars in the driveway. My husband went down the outside of my vehicle. It was my vehicle, his vehicle, my daughter-in-law's vehicle, and my son's vehicle. Actually, my son wasn't home yet. And I went to go, he went down one side of the vehicle, I went down between the 2 sets of vehicles, and my feet went out from underneath me. And I ended up hitting my head on my daughter-in-law's car and knocking myself out. I don't know how long I was out. I don't even remember going down. So yeah, so that's why this video is going to be short, because I'm not really supposed to have screen time. So this is now what, day 4 since then. So I am feeling a lot better. They believe I just had a mild concussion. They did not transport me because the hospitals are full here, and I was not throwing up. I did have some nausea in the beginning, but they believe that was from panic. When I came to, I started to get really sick. So yeah, so it's been an interesting journey for me, and not something I would recommend for anybody. So obviously I didn't start my new job, and I was feeling really badly about that, and I still do. I had to call her and tell her that I couldn't come in until I made sure that I could do it. Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened to me, because I felt like that was like really, in many ways, it was sort of a life-changing thing that happened. Like I said, I don't remember going down. I do remember coming to briefly. I do remember the feel of my head hitting the car. I remember coming to and thinking that my brain really hurt. And I said, oh, well, that hurts too much. And I blacked back out again. Literally, those were the words. Oh, well, that hurt too much, and blackout. And I remember that perfectly. The image that was given to me when I was sort of floating around, it was a real disconnect. It was this, and people say, well, you were passed out. There was a moment when I had a disconnect. It was literally like pulling away and then coming back. You can make out of that anything you want. It was an incredibly interesting situation. So the image that I was given as I was coming out of it was an old-time computer being rebooted. And if you remember, I'm old enough to remember this. Back in the old days when you used to have to connect a printer to a computer, it had a plastic clip that was wider, and it was like a band of cords that were flat that came off of it, and you had to plug it in, and it clipped in. And what I saw was it come out, and it had to be put back in. And so it went back in. As soon as it went back in, it was as if my body was rebooting. And like any computer, as something is rebooting, you don't have full capacity. You don't have all of the options available. So as I was very aware of it. Even more so the second time that I went out, I was sort of more aware. I mean, there was a moment there where I was like, I was out, but then as I started to come out of it and I was more aware, and I could hear my husband talking. I could hear my husband screaming and telling me that I needed to talk to him. And then I could hear him calling the ambulance. It was as if I was putting all of the pieces in place. And like I said, like a computer, it needs that time to build up, especially an older computer, which I am an older computer. It needed time to build back all of the resources. Instead of, it had a hard shut off, and it just needed to get its grip again, which is sort of what I was doing there. Another interesting thing that I found was, so they were worried about the concussion. They told me not to sleep too much, to keep an eye on me when I did sleep. But I couldn't sleep. For one, I was in quite a bit of pain. And I didn't want to take anything for it. Just because I was afraid that something would blood clot or whatever. And that was just me being me. So yeah, so I spent a lot of time with my eyes closed, in the dark. And the one thing I realized was, I should also say, when I hit, it was right here. Like literally right here. Someone can tell me what part of your brain gets activated or deactivated. My ears were popping because of the pressure. And it of course activated, I have Hashimoto's as well. So it was like, yay, we're under attack. Let's inflate everything. Because that's what it does when it feels like it's under attack. So yeah, so I had a lot of muscle aches, but beyond the normal falling on your butt on the ice, because that's what it was. So anyway, so yes. I was going to talk about what I saw, because I think this was probably the most interesting part. Was I didn't see people. I didn't see... I've always been able to visualize a lot of things. I've always paid attention to what I see. When I'm drifting off or whatever. So yeah. And it was not people that I saw. It was these brilliant designs and artwork. And it wasn't colors. It was colored. Everything was in color. Vibrant color. But it was like geometric designs and artwork that I've never seen before, that I know of. I must have seen it at some point, but it was just like, the first night it was just like stringing them along, one right after the other, like I was watching a slideshow. Vibrant patterns and designs, and like even some images that I thought, oh, I'd love to be able to capture that. And I have no idea where it came from. It was like something had been rattled loose, you know, so to speak. So yeah, so that's... It's morbid, I know. I wanted to share it, especially the part about the artwork, because my mother was an artist. I'm not. I didn't feel people around me. I didn't see anything except myself. So it wasn't like I died or anything like that. So, but I think that there was definitely this sort of disconnect moment. And if anybody has had a concussion before and has gone through this sort of brain jarring situation, I mean, I've fallen before, but this was beyond anything I've ever done before. So yeah. All right, so what have I got coming up? I'm hopefully going to be mending soon and getting some more videos out. Been doing a lot of listening to podcasts, because then I can just lay there with my eyes closed and listen to it, and that does help. Because you take someone who likes to stay busy and you tell them they can't do anything, they're gonna go crazy. Yesterday was an entire marathon all day of Maine Cabin Masters on the Magnolia channel, DIY Magnolia. So I listened to that all day, and that helped to sort of keep me going during this. Hopefully soon I'm going to be able to start that job. But I didn't want to leave y'all hanging out there. Wanted to let you know what was going on. I haven't fallen off the face of the earth yet. And definitely hoping for a whole lot more coming your way. So for now, I want to wish you all the best. I really appreciate you all sticking around. So take care.